everybody, let's go to Sweden.
I am so excited to have the opportunity to go spend a few days in Stockholm, Sweden with some friends of mine. They are going to some hockey games, and I'm not really into hockey, but they invited me to come along anyway because they knew I was really interested in traveling, and I've always wanted to see Sweden since I was a little girl who loved Pippi Longstocking. Michael drove us to the airport. You can probably see my friend's luggage in some of these shots. We are driving from Melbourne to the Orlando International Airport, which is about a 50-minute drive. This is my first international trip where I got to utilize TSA pre-check and then global entry on the way home, and boy did it make the process quick and easy. This was also my first time flying out of the C terminal in the Orlando airport, so for me this was all new. I really love how the inside of this terminal looks kind of like a really nice shopping mall. We are flying Iceland Air from Orlando to a layover in Reykjavik, and then from Reykjavik on to Stockholm. This is our plane right here. I really thought it was pretty with the teal and navy blue. This is me showing off my Osprey backpack. I really love it because I can use it as a carry-on, but it also has a day pack that zips off the front, and I keep this under the seat in front of me with all my electronics or anything that I want to have in the plane. I am so excited for this trip to Sweden. I don't think this seat is technically considered an exit row seat because there's only a door on the one side. However, when Michael and I checked me in the day before this flight, we selected this seat because we could tell it would have lots of extra leg room. I'm not sure, but I feel like the seats might also have been a little bit wider too. But as you can see, I was able to fully stretch my legs all the way out and not touch the seat in front of me, and this extra space was so appreciated. This was a 7.5-hour flight from Orlando to Reykjavik, and I really appreciated the extra space to be able to get comfortable. Here's a look at the menu of items you can order to eat in flight. I had pre-selected a meal before we took off, thinking it was going to be served on this flight, and then found out later it's actually going to be served on my next flight from Reykjavik to Stockholm. So I did not select any of these food items, and I didn't eat anything on this flight. However, I did get a couple of black teas plain. I just needed a little something to get me through this long flight. Normally on an international flight, I enjoy playing games on the screen in front of me, but surprise, Iceland Air did not have any games. They had lots of TV and movies, however, I didn't have any headphones that could connect. They were the kind that have a jack, and I just don't own a pair of headphones like that. So I was actually pretty bored for most of this flight. Thankfully, they did provide a blanket and a pillow, and I did try my best to get some sleep on this flight. As it was overnight, I was hoping to wake up the next morning refreshed and excited with lots of energy to start our day in Stockholm, but it really never works out for me that way. I have a very, very hard time sleeping on airplanes. Seven and a half hours later, it is early morning in Reykjavik as we're landing. We have to get off the plane by taking the stairs down to the tarmac and stand outside to wait for a bus to come take us to the main terminal. It was bitterly cold and kind of drizzly rainy outside, and we were absolutely freezing. Don't really know why Iceland airport's bathrooms impressed me so much, but I really got a kick out of them. They're almost like little individual houses. Back outside we went to get on our new plane from Reykjavik to Stockholm. I had a little less leg room on the flight from Reykjavik to Stockholm, but it's totally okay. This was only a 3-hour flight. This is the meal I had pre-selected. I thought it was going to be served for dinner on that long overnight flight, but surprise, they actually served it for breakfast. It was cold beef on top of noodles. I didn't eat the noodles, but the beef was actually pretty good. I was even able to catch a little bit of a cat nap on this flight. I think I slept about an hour, but it was much needed. And this is my first glimpse of Sweden out the airplane window. I am so excited to be here. Okay, everybody, that's going to end this vlog here. It is about midday in Stockholm when we landed. This is going to be the first of a series of about 6 videos I'm doing on my trip to Stockholm. I'm here with 2 friends, but I'm leaving them out of the footage just to protect their privacy. I hope you enjoy this series, and I'll see you in another one.